everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Sword and Sorcery Immortal Souls, where we're currently doing Quest 1 of Act 1, which is the Prologue. We have just left the market square and we have broken into the Cathedral. We've killed a blue gremlin that was guarding the door, and now we're getting ready to investigate the building. However, just before we do that, we've got to do some corrections from last turn. Just a couple of things. The first one was regarding Divine Gift. So what I did was I gave 1 hit point to everybody. It's not 1 hit point to everybody, it's only 1 hit point to one of our heroes. And that is going to be Anares here. He's going to get that 1 hit point. Then, if you recall, Thorgar healed him for another 2. So he is at 8 hit points. Thorgar, however, wasn't able to gain a hit point. So he remains at 5. He's not at 6 hit points, he's at 5. So that's that sorted out. The other thing is, you're probably looking at Thorgar going, what's he doing there? He was originally here. The reason for that is I mistakenly thought that this was a wall here. It's not a wall. It is, in fact, you can just go straight across to here and then move his 3 movement into here. I had him moving into where the well was and then moving to here. So because this isn't a veranda or a wall or a dais, he would have actually come all the way in here and he would have joined Anares. So I have done that, I've corrected that, and he is now in the Cathedral as well. So I think that's it for the corrections. So thank you to Ralph, Craig and Simon and anybody else for pointing those out. And I think we are up to date now. So we can get on with episode 6 and the time phase. We are at the time phase. Here's Anares, everything refreshed, updated. He's up to 8 hit points now, thanks to Thorgar, and his heal wounds ability has refreshed. It's only got 1 time increment on it. He's at 5 hit points, remember. And here's Lagon, who's also at 5 hit points. He's got 45 crowns on his person, and it's the battle phase. And here we are at the battle phase. So who's going to go first? Yes, it's obviously going to be Anares. He's got the best armour and he counts as a mighty presence. So he is going to move and he goes here into the story event 2 area. We'll push him up a bit because we'll need to make a bit of room, I think. So we take story event 2 and we've got to read and apply the effects. So we go to the Book of Secrets, and it's section 1.2, story event 2. The cathedral's entrance is a battlefield, the bloody floor strewn with the bodies of guardian clerics and the gremlins. Near the sacred altar, High Cleric Claudius is surrounded by gremlins, but before anyone can react, one of the creatures lashes out, driving its claws deep into the old cleric's chest. The light in the eyes of this gremlin is bright and wickedly alive, betraying a malevolent intelligence that marks it as a chief. The heroes cannot do anything but avenge the High Cleric and kill the abomination. So first of all, we've got to place the red gremlin in the story event 2 area. I knew we were going to get a boss. Hang on, and here we are, just dug him out. So this is the red boss gremlin. We'll pop him there. And let's have a look at his card. So his dexterity base, like the rest of the gremlins, but instead of going after the person with the most crowns, he actually goes after the person who is the most wounded. That is, it's going to be Anares at the moment because Anares is in the same tile as him. Otherwise it'd be Thorgar, but Thorgar is in a different tile. He's got an enemy power, so I'll have to pull that in a second. As a reaction, he has slash -1. So that is going to affect the longsword. It's going to take 1 hit off it. He has an armour, And in addition to that armour, he also rolls 2 blue dice. Down at the bottom here, he has 2 loot tokens, so he drops 2 loot when he is killed. You'll see 2 hit points, 2 hit point values there. We will be using the 6 hit point value because we have got 2 to 3 heroes. And he drops 2 soul shards, which is good. So that's the gremlin. We've got to pull an enemy power. So go over here and we get vigorous. So he has +3 health. He has 9 health. Oh, God. Right, so that's 9 health. And, yeah, so we've set him up. I'll go back to Story Event 2. We open the shrine in the Waypoint 2 area, so that's here. So we've got a shrine, just in case anybody snuffs it, which is good news. If there are more than 3 heroes, spawn 1 enemy in the Story Event 2 area. Well, we haven't got more than 3 heroes, so we don't have to do that. Then we have to spawn the heroes minus enemies in the Waypoint 2 area. Well, that is 3 heroes minus 1 for the red gremlin, so 2. We get 2 extra enemies. So first one is a blue gremlin, and yes, of course, it's got an enemy power. We've seen the blue gremlin before. We'll put it up here. The red gremlin we'll put with Anares. The blue gremlin is going to go with Thorgar, and the enemy power is hard skin. All attacks against this enemy cause -1 hit. So he's a bit of a tough guy as well. So pop that there. Move that around a bit so you can see it slightly better. So, yeah, that's bad. And we've got to pull another enemy. And fortunately we get a green gremlin, which isn't as bad. So we've seen this before, and it drops a soul shard as well, as does that. We're going to get a lot of soul shards if we can actually kill these guys. So pop that up there. Okay, and let's get the... Now the Waypoint 2 area is here, so we'll put them there and there. Good-o. Let's carry on with Story Event 2. Place the Story Event 2 card, revealed side, on top of the event deck, so we do get some extra time. That's good. Resume play until the red gremlin dies, then go to section 1.12. So just until the red gremlin dies. What about the other ones? I'm just going to check that, won't be a second. Okay, I'm back. Yes, I had to go on BGG. What it is as soon as we kill this guy, we go to 1.12. It doesn't matter about any other gremlins being alive. They sort of just run away. But an additional thing I noticed while I was checking up was that it does mean that you pretty much end straight away. You end it there. So if we actually haven't got through this door, for example, which is shut, and investigated this treasure chest, we never get to do it. Yeah, it just finishes. So the only things we can pick up apparently are things like this 10 crowns. You can pick those up. Anything that's in your area within you know, a certain range, you're allowed to pick up. But things that are behind locked doors or things that need bashing open, like this chest, you can't. So we're going to have a think about that. If we want to get in here and we want to find out what's in this chest, we're going to have to be a bit cute, because as soon as we kill this guy, it's all over. So that makes it a little bit tricky. So I'm going to have a bit of a think about that. So, but anyway, that said, we've got to attack this guy anyway. We can't run away, so we may as well start hitting. But let's get the enemy scroll out for the red gremlin. We've seen it for the blue and the green. I'll put those up there. I'll need to have a look at those just to refresh my memory, but we've seen those before, but we haven't seen the red one before. So here's the red one. It attacks the person with the most wounds, as I've mentioned, and at range 0, which it is now, it will move to engage and attack with claws. It has a passive ability of quickness. At the end of each enemy turn, if this enemy was not activated, then we activate it. So no matter what the encounter card says, it will activate. Combat, banding 2. If enemies control its area, the claws attack do an extra 2 hits. So we've just got to make sure that the enemies do not control the area. And sharp spines, so this is a reaction, looks like very similar to the blue gremlin. If this enemy suffers damage, all heroes in its area suffer 1 hit point. In fact, it's worse. That is worse. Because the other inflicted hits 2 hits, this actually inflicts a hit point. So you take automatic damage and you cannot save against it, I believe that means. Claws, ooh, 3 red dice. Oh, that's tough. And again, -1 armour. So this is a tough cookie. And if it throws stones, it's 3 hits, but it's we're in melee with it, so I don't think that is going to kick in. But, oh, he's tough. He is tough. We're going to have to get rid of him. I think what we may have to do is just kill him and forget about this. If we can figure out some way for us to get in here, then I will, but it's looking like we just have to kill this guy as quickly as possible, especially as we have the blue gremlin with a power, so that's pretty tough. Okay, right, so we've done that, we've done the movement, we've done story event 2. And what is Anares going to do now? He does have 2 actions. One of those actions, he's obviously going to focus. So he's going to focus and he is going to attack. So that is 1 hit. The gremlin has 1 armour, so that's took away that 1 armour. But we're going to lose any hits. We're going to lose at least one of the hits that we make because he's attacking with a slash weapon, which is his long sword. So we're going to roll. So that hit there, that automatic hit we get with the long sword, that is not going to happen because we get -1. So we just get what we roll with the 2 red dice. So let's get 2 red dice and let's hope we get some hits. Remember, it's got 9 health because of a vigorous. Right, we got a hit, which is good. And we got 2 lightning bolts, which hopefully will be good. 2 lightning bolts. Once per round, perform an extra attack with this weapon. Oh, cool. So we can attack again. It doesn't say it has to be against a different enemy, so we will just attack again. So we got 1 hit. We'll put that onto here first. So I remember, I'll take that, as soon as we get 3 hits on here, we'll take that away. And we get an extra attack. So, come on. And we get 2 of those, and we get the sword and sorcery icon, which does nothing, and that's bad. That is bad, because it's only once per round. So what we'll do is we'll take the other double, which is a critical. Yep. And yes, and we got a hit. Remember, that is an automatic hit. So even though the armour is going to stop that automatic hit, as is the -1 slash, as far as criticals go, he got a hit. So he is going to get a critical. So let's get the bag. So we need a decent critical. I'm doing this before I re-roll. I'm going to re-roll that using Thorgar's ability. But remember, the critical goes on straight away. So I'll do that first. And the critical we get is... Ooh, what's it going to be? -1 armour. Fab. And that's permanent. Yep. Because it's red. So that armour has gone. Woohoo! That is going to make it easier to hit him. And we're going to re-roll this using Thorgar's Divine Aid. Come on. And we get another 2 lightning bolts. Well, I don't think we can do another critical, as we've already done one. So we've used the extra attack, which is only once per round. Mind you, it doesn't say the critical is once per round, does it? And again, we did do a hit. Oh no, because it's not an extra. Yeah. So we can we do an extra critical? I'm just going to check. I'm back. I believe it does get a second critical. The only difference would be if we pull out another +1 armour here. Say we got a +2 armour. Yeah, sorry, a -2 armour. Then this one would get discarded and the -2 armour would take over. But if we pull, say, another -1 armour, exactly the same token, then I believe it just inflicts a wound. So you can't have 2 -1 armours, for example. But it seems to be that we've inflicted another critical. And that is... Oh, it can't use lightning bolts. So none of its lightning bolt abilities are going to be kicking in. So that could be good. That could be very good indeed. So I think that is finally it. So we got a second attack through the first pair of lightning bolts. And we also got a reroll. And on the reroll we got another pair of lightning bolts. So ended up with 2 criticals. It didn't say once per round on the critical effect for the longsword. It just says you get a critical. So we ended up with 2. And because the longsword automatically puts a hit, see it there? That means the critical goes through, ignores armour, ignores -1 slash, and that means the critical effect does apply. So I think that worked out rather well. We've got 2 criticals on this gremlin. So what have we done? Let's just check. So we moved 1, we attacked this guy. Now, oh, we've got an extra hit. There's 2 of us, there's only 1 of him. So we were actually dominating. So we'll flip that over. So we did get 2 hits, or did we? Because, I'll tell you what I forgot, we had to roll 2 blue dice, didn't we? He's got blue dice, this fellow. So he does get to save, and he gets nothing there, and nothing there. So he does get 2 hits on him. Ah, unlucky son. Right. So I did remember he had to roll blue dice. We got those couple of criticals on it. We did an action to focus. We've got 1 action left, but I can't see there's anything worthwhile Icarus doing. So that is his activation gone, apart from the encounter card. So we'll pick one of these. And what do we get? March. Activate 2 enemies. Otherwise we spawn 2 enemies. Right, so obviously, and remember this guy had quickness anyway, but he's going to be activated. We'll activate the blue as well because that's the next most powerful monster. But first of all, it's our red gremlin, and he's going to attack Icarus with his claws. And what's his enemy power? It's vigorous, so that's fine. He's just going to roll 3 red dice, isn't it? Yes, 3 red dice, and it's -1 armour for Anares, so he's only got 1 armour against these. And he gets 1, 3, and 2 lightning bolts, but the lightning bolts don't kick in anyway because we got no lightning bolts here, so that does nothing. But 3 hits is pretty grim. Goes down to 2 hits because of armour. And oh, and one other thing, he did take a hit point damage because he put some damage onto the gremlin. So he's got that reaction, the gremlin, with his spines. So we're already at 7 hit points. And we've got to roll 2 blue dice. And what we want is some shields, is what we want. Well, we got 1 shield, and we also got a lightning bolt, which I believe we get to re-roll any defense dice with a lightning bolt. And we got another shield. Yay! So that's great news. So we managed to not lose any more hit points. That was the red gremlin. Now we activate the blue gremlin. So he's going to come flying out of here because he's within 1, and he's now going to attack with his claws as well. So the blue gremlin will, I think he just has 2 red dice, doesn't he? He does, 2 red dice, but we've still got the -1 armour. So he's only got 1 armour, Anares. And we've got 2 hits, and a lightning bolt and a pentacle, but they don't do anything for the blue gremlin. So we can get rid of 1 of those, and we roll a blue die for this hit. And we got another lightning bolt, which chainmail, re-roll any defense dice, so we will re-roll it. And we got the same, so no good. We lose another hit point. We are down to 6. So there we are. The other thing as well, with this guy activating and coming in here, we no longer dominate this area. And we won't dominate even if we send Thorgar in, because that'll be 3 against 2, so that's unfortunate. Okay, right, so that is it for Anares. Next up is Thorgar. And here we are with Thorgar. What's he going to do? Well, he's going to move, first of all, so we'll make a bit of room for him. He's going to come in here. We now control this area, this 3 against 2, because of Mighty Presence. What's he going to do? Well, first of all, he's going to focus. So he's going to get 1 hit to start with, but he's not going to hit the red gremlin, he's going to hit the blue one. Let's try and get rid of this blue gremlin. Plus the fact I don't want us taking 1 hit point damage if we hit the red one. Yeah? I'd like to kill the blue one first. We will obviously get 2 hits from its spines if we put any damage onto it, but at least we can roll and try and avoid that damage. We can't avoid the 1 hit point damage if we hit this guy. Okay, so attack against the blue gremlin. He gets 2 blue dice and 2 red. We are not dominating, but we are focusing, so it's got 1 hit on it already. And we need big score. So we've got a hit here. We've got a shield, which is rubbish. We've got 2 lightning bolts, which is good. And we got that symbol again, which isn't good. And we can't re-roll either. So we're not doing very well here. Let's have a look at the battle hammer. So we did get 2 hits. I think, yeah, we'll have 2 hits with that double lightning bolt. So take 2 hits. That's 3 hits. Oh, it's just horrendous not having a reroll. Yeah, just 3 hits is the best we can do, unfortunately. And yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. I was hoping, obviously, to get 4 hits and to knock this guy out and out of the game, but no, we only get 3. So we'll put that onto the blue goblin. It is still alive. It did have -1 slash. And, oh, all attacks against this enemy cause -1 hit. So it's actually only on 2. Sorry about that. It has the hard skin ability. So it's only on 2 anyway. So not being able to get that extra hit didn't matter. We wouldn't have killed it anyway. But we have managed to put 2 hits on it. Its reaction, it's going to fire some spines. They do not affect Icarus because he has 2 armour. But Thorgar only blocks 1, so he does have to roll. Come on. And he gets a shield. So Thorgar manages to avoid getting hit. And he remains on 5 hit points. Right, and then I think it's activation time, isn't it? Yes. So an encounter. Master Assault. This doesn't sound good. Activate all purple enemies. Well, we haven't got any. Otherwise, activate all highest rank enemies. So that is the... Yes, it's the red enemy, isn't it? Just the red enemy, not the blue. Because the red enemy is the highest rank. Who is it going to attack? And it's going to attack the one with the most wounds, which is Icarus, fortunately. So it's going to be 3 red dice again. He does have 1 armour, because he loses 1. What we got here, 3 hits is what we've got here, which is bad. So 3 hits, we can get rid of 1 because of his remaining armour. So 2 hits is 2 blue dice. And he gets 1 shield. Unfortunately, the other one's a gremlin. So he does take another hit. And he goes down to 5. So that was a bit tufty, wasn't it? Just checking that nothing else kicked in there. No. And as far as quickness goes, he did activate anyway, so we can ignore that. Get rid of these. Right, so Icarus is at 5 hit points. He's lost 3 hit points. Oof. Okay, that's it for Thorgar. Next up is Lagon. And here we are with Lagon. He's going to go 1. Remember, you can go this way, unlike I did last time. So that's 1, 2, 3. Then he's going to use a free action to pick up this coin. Now that puts us onto 55 crowns. So I'm going to have to take all these 10s and exchange them for a 50. So here's a 50 crown piece. So he's got 55 crowns now. Now he could use an action and dash into here. Yeah. And then we would actually dominate. And that is a decision I have to make here, because if he's in here, the blue guy will attack him. The reason being, he's got the most crowns. Ugh. Which is pretty grim. Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do. Instead of picking up that 10, we're not going to pick up that 10, we're going to drop our crowns. So he didn't pick up that 10, he just dropped his 45 crowns on top of it. We'd still have to change that to a 50, so that's okay. he's going to drop his crowns here. That's the way we're going to do it. And then he's going to move into here. So he's going to dash as an action. So that was 1, 2, 3. Drop those as a free action. Then he's going to dash as an action to come in here. The reason he has to come in here is because of line of sight. There isn't line of sight from here, or here for that matter. They've rather cunningly made it so these walls don't allow it. You know where the X's are? You can't match up the X's with the X's in here. So he's actually got to come in here to attack. So he can't focus, but he is dominating because we now have 4 characters in here against the 2 enemies. And so we've got a hit, and he's going to put the hit on the blue guy. Yeah, we've got to put it on the blue guy. We don't want the extra hit point coming off this one. So we're going to try and kill the blue gremlin first. So he's using his longbow. We've already got a hit. We get 1 red and 2 blue. 1 red and 2 blue. This is a piercing weapon, so his -1 slash doesn't kick in. Come on, let's have a decent roll. And can you believe that? We got 2 shields and a gremlin. So we didn't get anything. Oh, that's just off shot. We didn't get anything. So what I should have done is, what I was originally going to do was stay in here. I should have stayed in there. I made right balls of that. Oh, dearie me, what a time to start rolling awfully. Right, so he's not going to do anything else, which means that we get the encounter card, which is Veteran Assault. Activate all blue enemies. Oh, right, so that's okay, but that means we've got to activate the red one as well, because it has quickness. So, that is just pants. They're all going to attack Anares anyway. 1, because he's the most injured in the case of the red enemy, and none of these guys have crowns, so we're going to have him attack Anares. Right, so that is 3 red dice. 3 red dice. Well, at least the enemies have started rolling gremlins as well, so that's good. That one missed. We have a hit with a lightning bolt, but lightning bolts don't kick in. Same hit with a lightning bolt here, so that's 2 hits. He still has 1 armour, so we can get rid of 1 of those. And he gets to roll against 1 hit. Come on, a shield. No shield, but we do get a lightning bolt, which chainmail means he can re-roll this. And it doesn't do any good. He's down to 4 health. Oh, it's going to be close. Especially as this guy has still got loads of health left. It's still got, what is it, 7 health left. And now it's the attack of the blue gremlin. That is just 2 red dice. -1 armour again. He gets 2 hits. Oh, damn it. So we've got to roll. One of those gets stopped by armour, but we've got to roll for the other one. And we got a shield, so got a bit lucky there. Okay, so that was pretty tough. That was laid on you rubbish, man. Just rubbish. Alright, so that is it for Lagon. That is it now for the battle phase. Next up is the event phase. And here we are at the event phase, so we just take story event 2 and get rid of it. But yeah, we're in a pickle here because of our rubbish rolling. We've barely got any hits. I mean, even Thorgar, who's rolling 4 dice, rolled pretty rubbish. So that's poor. Yeah, so that's it for the events phase. I think we'll just have to forget about these. next turn, let's just forget about these. We've just got to kill this guy. Otherwise, we could end up losing the quest, I think. We don't know what's going to come through in the events, but the last event we got was pretty good, wasn't it? We got Divine Favour or whatever it was. The next one's not going to be good, is it? It's going to be bad. So we're going to have to significantly try and put these guys down before whatever it is gets flipped over. Right, anyway, that's the end of the event phase. Next up is the time phase. And here we are at the time phase. Anares looking grim. He's lost 4 health, so he's down on 4. We're gonna really have to get something sorted out. Thorgar, he's fine apart from the fact he can't hit a barn door with a banjo. But other than that, he's still on 5, so he's still relatively healthy. And Lagon, just the same, he's on 5. But he too is finding it difficult to actually hit anything. Let's get into the battle phase. And here we are at the battle phase. What are we going to do? Well, that's a question. I think what we've got to do, in order to kill this red gremlin, I think we've got to dominate the area, which means we've got to kill this blue one. Now, I want to keep my big hitters, Anares and Thorgar, in order to attack the red gremlin. And I want them to have that domination +1 hit as well. So that leaves good old Lagon to kill this guy. Now, it's got 2 hits on it already. He does have hard skin, so we're going to lose a hit. But he is rolling 3 dice, 2 blue and a red. First thing he's going to do, though, is he's going to use his action. And his action, he's going to focus. So that is 1 hit on this guy already. Then we've got these 3 dice. Come on, let's have it, Lagon. And that's much better. So we've got a hit there, another hit there and a lightning bolt, and a hit and a pentacle. Do we get anything for the lightning bolts on the longbow? Let's check. We get, yes, +1 hit. So we've got another hit as well. So that is 4 hits in total. Even with the hard skin, which gets rid of 1, we've got 3 hits. It had 2 on it already. We have killed this guy. Thank heavens for that. So we'll get rid of hard skin. Get rid of the gremlin. We'll get a soul shard, which will put us up to 3, which is good. So I'll dig one of those out. Won't be a second. Here's a soul shard. So we're on 3 soul shards. So that's fantastic. Now, blue gremlin has a reaction. Yes, it's going to fire out a load of spines. Anares is fine. He's got 2 armour. Unfortunately, Thorgar is going to have to roll. Let's get these dice out of the way. He's going to roll one of his blue dice. And that's rubbish. He's going to take it though. So he's going to go down to... He's going to go down a hit point. And we've got to do exactly the same for... Did that have a... I don't think that had what was it on it, did it? It didn't have a lightning bolt on it, I don't think. So yes, he's took a hit point. And then we've got to roll 2 for Lagon. Whoop, one's fell out. We got 1 shield. Don't hit the shield. And another shield, yes. So 2 shields, he remains on 5 hit points, brilliant. Alright, so having done that, it means we still have a movement for Lagon. Yes, he can still move, and he is going to move out of here. Once these guys start hitting him, obviously I don't want Anares, sorry, I don't want Lagon getting 1 hit point on him. So we'll move him out, and because he moves out, it means he can pick up these crowns again. So we'll do that. Alright, and the good thing about that is we are now dominating this area, which is great. Okay, we need to pull an encounter. And we've just got to hope that the green monsters don't move, because we don't want them in here. That will stop us dominating again. What have we got? Bloodlust. Activate all wounded enemies. Well, this guy is wounded. So he isn't. So we don't move the green. So that is lucky. And this guy would activate anyway because he has got, what is it, quickness. So he's going to activate. He's going to attack Icarus. And Icarus is a bit low on the old health, but let's see how we go on. And it's going to be 3 dice. Remember, he's down to 1 armour, because this guy takes an armour with a claw attack. And what does he roll? Of course he rolls 4 hits, doesn't he? So we lose one of those, which goes down to 3 hits. And we've got to roll 3 blue dice. Come on, Icarus. And he rolls 2 shields, which is great. So he stopped 2 of them. And we have a lightning bolt here. Does that mean a re-roll because of his chainmail? It does. He can re-roll one of his defense dice. Ooh. So he does take a hit point. So he's going down fast. But we've got a chance now to get rid of him. So we'll have to do that. Okay, right. Next up, I think we will have Thorgar go next. And here we are with Thorgar. What is he going to do? Well, first of all, he's going to use an action, and he's going to use his healing action. So he's going to heal 2 hit points off Icarus. So we'll put him up by 2 hit points. I think that puts him up to 6. And yeah, let's make sure Icarus doesn't get killed. And and now we are, because we're dominating, we get +1 anyway. He's got no armour, so that's good. And we're just going to hit him with our bludgeoning weapon. He doesn't get his -1 for slash, so that's good. So 2 red and 2 blue. Let's have a better roll. And that doesn't look too good. We've got a gremlin and a shield. God, just rolling rubbish. But the reds are a little bit better. We've got 2 hits with lightning bolts. So we're dominating, which is a single hit. So that's 2, 3, and 2 lightning bolts will give us an extra 2 hits, I believe. Yes, so that's 5 hits. We are also going to re-roll one of these. Try and get another hit. And no, so that was a waste. So 5 hits. And he's got no armour, but he does have 2 blue dice. So we can try and get rid of 2 of these hits. And he rolls 1 shield, so it's 4 hits. 1 hit will take Vigorous away, so we can get rid of that. And we've got another 3 hits that are going straight onto him. There we are. So we've got him at half his normal health, which would be 6. Cool. So well done to Thorgar there. Now we are still dominating. He could like sort of run off, but he's not going to. He does take a hit. I think that takes him down to 3 health, and it's a hit for Icarus, which takes him down to 5. Right, so that's from obviously his Spine's ability. And now we've got to have an encounter. Oh, we'll move the green guy down. And what do we get? We get Elite Assault. Activate all red enemies. Well, that's this guy. So the green doesn't activate again. So that was lucky. And he's got quickness anyway, so he'd have acted anyway. And that's 3 red dice. He attacks the most wounded, which is still Anares. So 3 red dice. Anares only has 1 armour for this attack. And 3 hits again. God, he's a tough cookie. So one of those goes. And we've got 2 hits. He gets to roll 2 blue dice. And we get absolutely rock all. We get 1. We can re-roll this one because it's got a lightning bolt. And nothing. So we take yet another 2 hits. So we're right down to 3. Ooh. So good job we healed him a bit. Right, that is it for Thorgar's go. Next up, it has to be Anares. And here we are with Anares. Again, this guy has got no armour. So he's just got these 2 blue defence dice. He does get -1 for slash, but we're dominating, so that's evened out. He's going to focus, so that is going to give him +1, so we've got 1 hit on it already. 1 hit. We need 2 more hits. And he's got 2 dice. Come on. 2 hits. And ooh, we just get it as well. We got 2 hits there, and we got one of these stupid sword and sorcery icons, which was rock all. 2 hits, however, does the business. Remember, we had 1 hit for dominating. The slash -1 takes that away. He's got a critical on him, which means he can't use his... Oh no, he's got to roll, hasn't he? He's got 2 blue dice. No, he could survive. Roll 2 blue dice. Miss. Oh, he got 1. Oh, he's managed to stop 1. He's still alive. He is on 5 hits. Oh, that is appalling. So he has survived, and we're only on 3 health, and he's going to attack us. Oh, how rubbish was that? Right, okay, let's get on with it. So what we've got to do is, that is the end. He's not going to do another action or anything. So what he's got to do is... Oh, no! I forgot. We have killed him. We have killed him because we got +1 on the longsword. Oh, thankfully. Thankfully, I remembered that. We do get +1 with the longsword. So we did kill him. Oh, he got 6. Thank God. Yes, we did kill him. Oh, good job I checked that longsword. Yeah, we got 1 from the longsword. We got the 2 hits we did anyway. And we had the 1 hit for dominating, which we took the slash -1 off. So yes, we still managed to kill it. Oh, that was so close. Right, we get 2 soul shards, so that puts us up to 5. I think there's a 5 token. And that is the end, I think. So pop that there. This guy dies. The green one runs away. And this drops 2 loot bags. So let's dig those out and pick which ones he's dropped. Won't be a moment. Come on. So we've got 6 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just roll and turn them all the right way, and we have a 3, which is that one. That is 20 crowns, and the next one is a 5, which is this one, and oh, that's a treasure. So we get 20 crowns and a treasure. Get rid of these now. How nice. 20 crowns and a treasure. So here's 20 crowns. We'll just give that, Thorgar will just pick that up. Don't really matter. And we get a treasure off the top of the treasure deck. Ooh, Guardian / Exotic. This looks like just the sort of thing for Anares. Excellent. So it is a strength weapon, you can use it. It gives us +1 hit. 1 red die and 2 blue. That's not so good. But it can be used as a secondary weapon. If we get a pentacle, until time phase, when defending, you get +1 armour. So perhaps it is worth using. With 2 lightning bolts, perform an extra attack with this weapon against the same enemy. Okay, so we've got that. We'll give that to Anares. Put that in his backpack. And is there anything else? No. We will be able to level somebody up though, start of the next adventure, which is groovy. Okay, because we've killed the red gremlin, I think, is it 1.12? Let's read it. Hang on, 1.12. With his last breath, High Cleric Claudius tells the tale of the mysterious death of the king. His body appeared strangely light and pale as he lay dead, and to make matters worse, the royal heir has also disappeared. He continues weakly. Darkness invaded these lands. Count Dalv and his guards fight in vain, because the evil forces they are facing are not of this world. You are now our only hope. The ritual required the sacrifice of our most precious relic, but here you stand, your souls contained in the gems that you carry, bound to the will of the spell. You cannot completely die, but neither shall you be completely free until you will defeat this evil. I am ashamed of this coercion, but to save the realm, I choose to curse my soul. The spell of recall will give you back your strength as you kill the evil forces, while guiding you closer and closer to your aim. My life is over now, but I pass away knowing my destiny is accomplished. Now everything depends upon you. The Cleric Marcus, he will guide you. He will answer your questions. Farewell, heroes. Save this realm. Ugh. And then he carks it. Rewards. The party gains 50 crowns. Woo! So we get 50 crowns. Awesome. And what else do we get? Each faith hero gains a healing potion from the Emporium. So that is Thorgar. And let me have a look. Here we go. He gets a healing potion. So we'll put that in his backpack. Target hero heals 4 HP. Very good. So that is that. Because as soon as he dies, that's the end. So unfortunately we weren't able to get into here. But as I say, this is the treasury of the monastery. And 2 lawful heroes like Thorgar and Anares, they're not going to rob the monastery. So, you know, perhaps Lagon was thinking about it, but he's neutral as well. So let's leave the treasure in the monastery. And yes, that is it. So we've managed to do the prologue. And you know what? It's really difficult to get in here to sort of raid this anyway. I did think about it, but the only way I could sort of figure of doing it was sort of, you know, dragging the red gremlin into one of these side areas so Lagon could sort of go through. But you're spending a real amount of time doing that. And these events, I mean, the last event we had, as I mentioned, was a good one. So it's probably bad ones now, because they know you're getting near it. They are outnumbered. So we'd have been spawning monsters. What was the last one? Counter-attack, spawning more monsters. So really, we'd have been struggling, because you can't open doors or open chests while enemies are there. So it'd have been a real pain. So I mean, they would have spawned up there, so it would have taken some time to sort of get in here. But all the same, we'd have been struggling to actually open these anyway. But, you know, it doesn't matter. We've got 5 soul shards. We ended up with a bag full of crowns. So 5 soul shards, somebody can level up. How many crowns did we end up with? 55, 125 crowns in the end. So we'll be able to buy some things with that. We got a nice treasure, which I'm not so sure it's better than the longsword, but it does. There is a possibility it does give us extra. I think it gives us an extra armor or something, which is, you know, that's useful for Anares. He is our tank, so we may end up using that. But yes, in fact, it probably is better because it's rolling 3 dice, isn't it? Even if 2 of them are blue. And it does get an auto hit like the longsword, so it probably is better, so we'll probably equip that. We didn't get in here to see what waypoint 2 was, so let's check that actually. Let's check what waypoint 2 was. I'll have a look. That's 1.11, waypoint 2. An ancient marble altar of the 3 gods, Anares, Anomis and Mia, lies here. As proof of your immortal soul, it starts to radiate a purple light when you touch it. Once per round, the active hero can spend 1 action to heal 1 hit point to themselves. So that'd have been useful if we could have got in there. But the way it's set up, it's difficult to get into these side rooms. And you know what, I'm just happy that we've got through it. If we haven't made a mistake, but too late now. If we have made a mistake, we'll just have to live with it. And speaking of which, time to go into the spiel. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed our little prologue adventure. And yes, thank you for all the views. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Thank you for all the likes and dislikes, because you're still watching. So thank you for that. And yeah, if you've noticed any errors, let us know. Then anybody watching will know not to fall into the traps that I have fallen into. Hopefully they're not too major and we still actually won. And but if there are any, let me know. I might be able to do some compensatory penalties for the start of the next adventure, because I'm going to carry on. I've had quite a good time playing Sword and Sorcery, so let's play Sword and Sorcery for Christmas. We'll go into the next adventure, which I believe is called A Menaced Kingdom. So Lagon, Thorgar and Icarus shall ride again. And so that's something to look forward to. And as I say, I've really enjoyed this. The components are brilliant, and it's very like Descent in a way, but unlike it in others. So I am enjoying it. It's sufficiently different to retain my interest. So I shall carry on, I think, and we'll play the second quest of Act 1 going forwards. Thanks for all the help and support. Thank you to anybody who's been across to Board Game Links to upvote the site. Similarly, anybody who's been to BGG to look at the video threads there, like them, make a comment or drop Geek Gold. Thank you so much. As I say, our heroes will return with the next adventure of Act 1. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope that you will join me. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.